of Job, it says the sons of God were presenting themselves before God. And while they were presenting the petitions before God, Satan or Lucifer, he was found moving around on the throne of God. Now, they were not in the throne of the devil. They were in the throne of God, but the devil was also found in the same throne of God. So here in the book of Zechariah chapter number 3, Joshua the high priest is being found in the presence of God. And as he's being found in the presence of God, the devil too was found in the same presence. And the word of God established to us that the devil, he actually accused Zechariah of having put on filthy garments, or what you call dirty clothes or dirty robes. You must understand by knowledge of the word of God that in the Old Testament, all Israelites who were priests were not going to serve the Lord in any manner of clothing as they chose to be. You cannot put on just colors that you love on a Sunday, on a Wednesday, or on a single day as you serve God. There were certain type of robes that were anointed. There were certain types of clothes that were carrying all the holiness on them, so that when you are serving in the temple of God, you would appear before Him wearing clothes that resemble holiness. So one of the clothes that was worn by the priest, they were called white robes. A priest would put on some white robes. He had a belt, he had a breastplate, and such and such. So Joshua is a priest. He's wearing white garments. He's wearing on the breastplate. But the word of God says, the moment when he appeared in the sight of God or in the presence of God, it was not God who said Joshua's garments are dirty. But the word of God says the Satan or Lucifer, he accused Joshua in the sight of God, and the accusations were not wrong because Joshua was not fitting to enter in the presence of God. He had a title that is a high priest, but the clothes were dirty. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand in my laying of the foundation that you know every time when you enter in the presence of God, there is always an accuser who is called the devil, who speaks before God concerning your garments. Joshua had a title that is a high priest, and surely he was a high priest. He was not just an ordinary priest. He was not a chief priest, but he was a high priest. But upon appearing in the presence of God, his problem was not what he was saying before God, but his problem was the type of the attire that he was wearing in the presence of God. Now, the attire that we speak about is a representation of the identity. So it means when Joshua was appearing before God, the devil did not accuse him because of the speech or because of the prayer that he was doing, but he accused him based on the identity which Joshua was having in the presence of the living God. Listen to me. I want you to see how identity is of great essence in the presence of God. Now, the devil even knows. That's why you see, sometimes the devil leaves you with tongues, leaves you with the Bible, leaves you with the Word of God. But what it does take away from you is to make your identity to become filthy. Because he knows no matter what you can do in the presence of God, no matter you can be smarter on your outside appearance, but if the inner man, the inner identity is dirty, you can never see God. You can never go anywhere with God. You can never receive any blessing of God. Now hear what the devil said now. He said to God, Joshua the high priest is carrying on dirty garments. And the accusations were true. You know, Joshua represents the church of the 20th century because who is the high priest? If you read in the book of Prophet Peter, chapter number 2, he says you are no longer just an ordinary people, but you are a royal priesthood. He says you and I, we are not Christians, we are royal priesthood. It means in the praise of God, we are priests who are serving before God day and night. But as a high priest serving before God, God does not locate us because of our words, but He locates us based on the identity that we are putting on as we begin to serve the true living God.